Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am sitting in my driveway. I'm getting ready to go to Rochester for this dreaded appointment that I have been putting off for over 10 years. I have to have a tooth extracted. And I know there are many people who are afraid of dentists, but I honestly would bet that I am the biggest chicken. I do not do well with anticipating what is going to happen. The anticipation wants to kill me, and I really hoped that I would die in my sleep last night, but I'm awake and alive, and apparently I'm meant to go through this. So I say, there's a very good chance that I still won't go through with it. So you might be wondering why I would have to have this done at all if I've lived with it for 10 years, and here's the reason. 15 years ago, I had a root canal done on a big molar in the back. That root canal never felt right to me. I was still always aware that there was a tooth there. Sometimes it felt like it had a pulse, like I could feel my heart beating in that tooth. They all said, nope, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So after about 4 or 5 years, my dentist said, that root canal tooth of yours is infected and it needs to come out. And I was like, what are you talking about? It needs to come out. Isn't a root canal to save a tooth so it doesn't have to come out of your head? Now, the root canal was done when I was living in Houston, so I couldn't go give hell to that root canal doctor, whatever they are. I know what it is. Endodontist? Something like that. So now I was super pissed because it's like I spent all that money on a root canal, which was over $1,000 out of pocket because it involves a crown and all that, and that was with insurance. So there was that. I didn't want to waste my money. And then I was not willing to have a tooth pulled out of my head. I have had teeth pulled when I was, I think, like 12 years old, and it was horrible. All I have is horrible memories of that. And then I had one as an adult, a young adult, but I had myself put to sleep for that, and so I really have vague memories of that. I just know that I was asleep. I could go to sleep for this tooth too, but it was going to cost me out of pocket like an extra $600. I don't have any insurance right now, so I opted to not. And I also worry about going to sleep in a dentist office. I just feel like I'm going to die in the chair. I don't know. Part of me wishes I was dead. The other part of me never wants to die. I'm quite a confused human. All right, so back to the tooth. So he says it's infected, but, it's not hurting you, so we'll just keep an eye on it. So every time I had my teeth cleaned, and I was doing that on a regular basis, the dentist would say, still infected, still needs to come out, but still not urgent. Now, I worry about an infected tooth in my head because I feel like that could get bad. But he's not insisting, he's not saying, you gotta have this taken out or you could die from this infection. Never said anything like that. So I just figured, hey, it's not really hurting me, so okay. Then the tooth started to hurt, but it was like gradual pain, so I kind of got used to it as it went. And it was just like, more and more over the years, I just started chewing on the other side and just tried to ignore that tooth was hurting. Then it started to radiate into my jaw, up into my ear. Now it was to the point where this tooth was really starting to bother me, but it's not bothering me that much today, so I should just cancel this. It got to the point where I was like, now I'm worried that I'm gonna just, damage the other teeth because that's a possibility. The infection can spread, or that I'm damaging the bone. So I finally just went back to my dentist, had x-rays, and he's like, the tooth needs to come out. You are damaging the bone. And so I just have to get this done. And now I have to decide if I want an implant, a partial, or a bridge, and I haven't made that decision. And I need to know that by today, because if I want an implant, I have to have bone reconstruction while I'm there at the surgeon today. And bone reconstruction doesn't sound fun to me, and the whole process from today to getting the implant is about 9 months with multiple stuff going on. A peg, a metal thing implanted, and then later after that heals, a tooth. I don't know. So anyway, oh my God, now I gotta get going. I thought I'd fill you in. I'm not doing well. I don't like any of this. Just don't. And yes, I know that others don't too. So I'm not trying to say like I'm so special that I need more care and that I'm a bigger baby than everybody else in the world, so I need sympathy. I know there are other people probably even more afraid than me, probably who would not even be going to this appointment. But, you know, I have put it off for a little over 10 years, so, you know, it does show that I'm not into this. I've never seen this dentist before, but I'll tell you some more in the parking lot there. Let's get there first, and I will not be talking to you while driving unless I'm at a light or something. Let's go. I'm here, and I'm way early. My appointment's not for another 30 minutes. I will go in, though, I mean a bit earlier, because I'm sure I probably have paperwork to fill out. I am not doing well at all. I know that I'm going to be just, I don't know if I can do this. I just don't. It's especially hard when that tooth isn't bothering me at all right now. I mean, I know it will flare up again, but why? Why do I have to be this way? There are people who are actually just good with having stuff done. They're curious. They're interested. You know, I have such a headache. I haven't eaten a thing. I don't generally eat. You know, it's 1:45. I generally eat my first food of the day, like somewhere between 2 and 3. So I am going to be extremely hungry, but I did not want to eat anything in case I vomit, because I just feel like I could. I feel like I could pass out. I'm even nervous that I've never seen this surgeon before, and first impressions matter to me. Like I said, I'm very difficult. When this tooth was killing me back in Houston, when I had the root canal, the first dentist I went to, it was sort of like a strip mall. This almost feels strip mall to me. I don't like that, but my dentist is the one who referred me to this guy. But let me just show you. See, like, there's a Staples right there. I don't know how much you can see. And then there's this guy, Dave C. Pack, with a lot of initials. Anyway, I had gone to the dentist, and I waited for them to open. I don't remember if it was like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, but I had like the first appointment. Even that bothered me, because even back then I was not a morning person. I never have been. So I got there at my appointment time, or a little before, and the doors were locked, and I waited. And then finally, like, I don't know if the receptionist or dental hygienist or whatever, I don't know, somebody came, unlocked the doors. I got out, I went in, I sat down, and I had to wait, and it was like 20 minutes past my appointment time, and the dentist wasn't in yet. And then he walked in, and he looked so hungover. Now, I don't want to judge people, but he looked hungover. I know what a hangover looks like. And, I mean, he was red in the face. He looked half asleep. He walked just right past me and the person at the desk, and just walked in. There was no, hello, I'll be with you in a moment. You know, none of that. And I left. I mean, there was just no way. I just hope this guy is like... Is there any way possible that this video can help anyone? I don't think so. I just don't. I mean, I'd like to think that if I come out of there and say, oh, that was nothing. I can't imagine saying that. I just can't. But that might help somebody who's as afraid of things as I am. That might help somebody to get this done if they need to get it done. But and then the decisions. Oh yeah, so back to the decisions. If I make the decision to have an implant, I have to know that now. I got literature to read so I could decide on bridges or implants. But do you think I read that? I didn't read any of it. I don't even want to look at it. I didn't look anything up online. I didn't want to think about any of this. So I just don't know. I just don't want a big space there, because I know my teeth will shift and make spaces, and I didn't go through almost 2 years of braces in my 40s just to have my teeth all of a sudden shifting. And And I'm afraid of the Novocaine. I had a bad Novocaine job the last time that I went to the dentist, which is another whole long story that bothers me immensely. But I'm sure some of you have noticed that when I talk, a lot of times this part of my mouth doesn't move. I never recovered from the Novocaine over 2 years ago. He hit a nerve, and this whole side of my tongue is not numb anymore, but it's like all prickly, like when a leg falls asleep. It's like that constantly. And this is numb, and I have to like remember to like move it. I mean, I feel like I've been disfigured. I was so mad. His only thing was, well, you can see a surgeon. And it's like, I have to go and pay more money to fix a bad Novocaine job that you did on me? Oh, so I'm worried about the Novocaine, and it sucks to live the rest of your life with a numb face and prickly tongue. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And it seems like if things can go wrong, they go wrong for me. And I don't know if it's because I go in there with such negative thoughts that I just attract all that negativity, but you know, it's just things like the ramp, my mother's ramp. None of that went right, and I'm still having issues with getting ramp number 2. You know, I'm so tired of things just going wrong all the time. I had another root canal done on this tooth, also ruined by braces and having my teeth moved around. Oh, and then crowns. So when they do crowns and they file your teeth down, that also causes trauma to the tooth and to the root. And so now this tooth is bad. This one feels like it's dying. This one up here feels like it's dying. All because of braces and crowns. Nobody told me this. I mean, it's just... So this one I had a root canal done 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and it's not right. I feel that tooth. That tooth bothers me. I have a pulse in that tooth too. And sometimes it hurts. And when I tap it, it hurts. I just feel like crying, and I just don't want to. All right. I wonder if I can go in there, if they could just get me started. I don't know. I'm gonna go in. I'm in the bathroom. By the sink, not on the toilet. I am sick to my stomach. But I wanted to mention that everyone who works here is dressed completely in black. I just think that's unusual. Black pants, black shirts, and I love black, so that's a little bit soothing to me. I'm very anxious to know how the dentist will be dressed. Nice bathroom. It's a beach theme, which I like. And I like this grass, which is fake. Alright. I had to do 3 pages of paperwork, front and back. I don't know why I'm here. I have gauze in my mouth, which means I had that tooth pulled out. I cried. I was so scared. I've never been so sick to my stomach in my life over anything. They just were so nice. The woman's name was Stephanie, and the doctor is Dave. She was so nice. She was just like, well, let's just do the next step, and you know, you can always back out. And you know, they kept saying the worst part is the Novocaine, you know, the needle. But I've had so much Novocaine in my life that I'm used to that. I mean, I know what to expect with Novocaine. I know it's that needle pain and the sting, but since I know, then I don't have any problem with the anticipation of the Novocaine. But the tooth, I was so sick to my stomach thinking about what they were really going to be doing. And now I'll say it out loud. Everybody who's talked to me about teeth say the part is the crunching and the moving of the tooth and the pressure. I couldn't even bring myself to talk about that before, because I can't even imagine what that is like. Because I don't remember when I was a child, when I was 12. I just remember it was horrible experience. And then as a young adult, I was sedated, so I certainly didn't know that. So let me tell you the truth. You know how scared I was. on a level of 1 to 10, 10 being the most scared person in the world, I'm like a 10 plus. So even if you think, no, she's braver than me, I was not braver than you at all. You can be the most scared person in the world, and I'm telling you, I'm not braver than you. I was as scared as you. And the truth is, this was painless and so quick. He asked me, do you want me to talk you through it or not? And I thought, not. Because, well, I was like, I don't know. Depends what we're going to talk about. You know what I mean? I don't want him to say, okay, you're going to hear crunching. So he did it perfectly. He was like, I'm just going to be poking at your tooth for a little bit. That I'm good with. And then I heard like a little tiny noise, and then another little noise. And, you know, I could feel just a tiny little bit of almost like what is my natural toothache. And that was okay. And then at this, I keep telling myself we can stop at any time because I had no clue he had started. And then I heard like another little tiny crunch. And then the next thing they're saying to me is bite down on this gauze. And I was like, why? She goes, because it's over. I was like, what? What are you telling me? You're telling me this is over? I mean, I don't even know if it was a solid minute. So I am so glad that I did not get sedated, because now I know what to expect. And if I have to go through this again, I will be okay with it. Oh, you don't know the headache I have from the anxiety that I have been going through with this tooth. Oh my God, I asked for my tooth and they can't give it to me. Something to do with because of the fact that there was an infection and it's medical waste, or she said something else. Because now, Tooth Fairy, under my pillow, I'll have to just leave a little note saying, sorry, can't provide the actual tooth. I didn't even get to see it. I would have liked to have seen it. You should see the tooth that I had in my dream last night. I had such disturbing dreams last night. I'm not even going to talk about, I can't even tell you the disturbing parts of that dream, because some of it is just like over the top. There's no way I can tell you these things. But part of the dream was that my tooth came out of my head and it was like gigantic, and the whole tooth was like the top, you know how it's like bumpy? It was like all packed like I had eaten crackers or something. I guess I'm craving crackers. And I was embarrassed that there was crackers on my tooth. And the tooth was so big. But that wasn't the disturbing part of my dream. Oh, I cannot believe this is over. So now I'm just going to keep that gauze there for a while. And then remove the gauze. They gave me some extra gauze. I don't sleep with the gauze. I can eat what I want. They gave me a prescription for a pain med, Vicodin, if I want it. I don't think I'll be filling that. And then I can take 600 milligrams of ibuprofen. See, I'm not bad with pain after the fact. I don't care if this, you know, numbness goes away and that I feel pain, or my thing is like my jaw will get sore from having that thing in my mouth that keeps your mouth open. I don't even like that. I mean, I don't like anything. I feel like I'm in a lockjaw. I'm telling you, I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken. But they were awesome. I absolutely recommend Dave C. Pack. Love him. He was awesome. Stephanie was awesome. Everybody in the office was awesome. Very high praise for these people. I don't think they realize how wonderful they are. I don't know if they really realize that. I mean, if this would have been, you know, 150 years ago, I would have been having the local barber next to the saloon pulling my tooth, and my only numbness would have been whiskey, you know? So we are very lucky that we have things like this. But I'm just the type of person that hangs on to bad experiences. I don't let go of them. I had bad experiences with teeth as a child, so I hung on to that. I hope this helps somebody who's afraid to have a tooth pulled. I would have another tooth pulled tomorrow. it was better for me than having a filling. Because with a filling, you hear the drill, and it's like, oh my God. So happy that that is over. You can't even imagine. Oh, I did not opt to have bone reconstruction done today because I don't know what I want. She said I have up to 3 months to decide. They would have done it today had I wanted it today. Kind of almost regret that I didn't do that. I just didn't know what to expect, so I couldn't make a decision. I was so scared. But anyway, decision is made. I haven't done the bone reconstruction at this point. Don't know if I will. I'm so tempted to go to Staples, but I think I should just go home and rest. Right now I'm just high on the fact that it's over and that I have a good report to be able to tell people that it wasn't anything like I expected. I mean, I expected my head to be going like this, and, you know, and yanking that tooth and it breaking into a million pieces. I mean, I just, so happy that's done. All right, I'm gonna go home. I guess I'll just say bye here, and I hope to have this uploaded later. And I'm gonna skip Staples. What did I need at Staples? It seemed like there was something. No, I'm not gonna shop. I need to just go home and relax. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.